The young and the restless love triangle between Sally, Phyllis, and Billy not only creates tense moments, but also puts the characters in difficult situations, with life or death decisions. This situation has become the focus in recent episodes, when Sally discovers that Phyllis is secretly seeing Billy, a relationship she does not support. With her strong personality and temperament, Sally not only feels betrayed but is also determined to push the conflict to the climax. Rising conflict. Sally and Phyllis. Since the beginning of Sally and Billy's relationship, there have been storms, but Sally has remained steadfast in her love. However, discovering that Phyllis is secretly seeing Billy has sparked anger in her heart. Sally is not someone who easily forgives betrayal, especially when she feels left out of the emotional game. This relationship gradually becomes a battle not only between loves, but also a battle of power, control, and self-esteem. While Phyllis may have her own reasons for sneaking around with Billy, the truth still comes as a shock to Sally. She not only feels insulted but also deeply hurt by the betrayal of those she trusted the most. The climax of this anger is when Sally confronts Phyllis, seemingly unable to control herself anymore. She forces Phyllis to face what she has done, and Sally's brutality only makes the situation more tense. Dangerous ending. Sally's threat. As the conflict between Sally and Phyllis escalates, Sally becomes more than just an angry girl, but a dangerous person. One of the most tense moments is when Sally decides to use violence to solve the problem. She holds a gun in her hand, and the idea of attacking Phyllis becomes a possibility that cannot be ruled out. This adds to the tension of the plot, as a huge internal battle is taking place within Sally. Will she let her love and pride overcome her anger, or will she let revenge lead her to a tragic end? Whether or not she commits this terrible act will be the turning point in the relationship between her, Billy, and Phyllis. It will also be the decisive turning point for Sally's future, as she faces the consequences of her actions. Strained relationship and failed romantic dream. An element that cannot be overlooked in this plot is the failure of the relationship between Billy and Sally. Although the film tries to build a romantic relationship between them, with romantic trips to Paris and sweet moments, fans do not feel a real connection between these two characters. The sense of uncle-niece in their relationship is undeniable, making every intimate scene hard to accept. Their love seems to lack depth and empathy, making it impossible for the audience to fully sympathize with their story. Sally, a strong and confident woman, is now in a situation that she cannot control. Will she find true love with someone new? Or will she continue to be stuck in a relationship with Billy, who seems not strong enough to stand by her? This is a question that not only Sally but also her fans are wondering. This love triangle will surely continue to develop with unexpected situations, pushing the characters into important decisions about their future. With the appearance of new characters and the plot twists, Sally may face greater challenges in her relationship. She may meet another man who gives her the feeling she couldn't find in Billy. However, this could cause a permanent rift between Sally and Billy, as they each go their separate ways. Phyllis, who is still part of this emotional game, may continue to be a threat in Sally's future. If Sally cannot overcome the temptation of revenge, she may be drawn into a vicious cycle, while Billy will have to face the division between the two women he loves. This story is not only about love and betrayal, but also about power, forgiveness, and life-or-death decisions. The battle between Sally and Phyllis will not end easily, and this story will continue to create dramatic events, bringing the characters to important turning points in their journeys. The Young and the Restless continues to revolve around tense situations, important decisions, and unpredictable romantic changes. One of the interesting highlights of this series is the relationships between the characters, especially in complicated and messy emotional situations. Seemingly perfect relationships can easily fall apart, and there are relationships that fans feel should never have started. The Broken Romance, the story between Billy and Sally, is probably one of the most controversial love stories in recent times. Initially, their relationship aroused curiosity and hope for a new romantic love, but as the story progressed, fans gradually realized that it was an imperfect combination. Although there were sweet and romantic moments, there were always cracks, misunderstandings, and outside pressures between them. Many fans began to believe that this relationship should not have started in the first place, and that its end was inevitable. This love story is not simply a union between two individuals, but also a challenging battle within each character. Billy, despite having feelings for Sally, doubts and external factors have prevented him from completely trusting her. Meanwhile, Sally, who is a strong and independent girl, cannot help but feel lonely and hurt when this relationship does not achieve the stability she desires. Romantic changes in Genoa City. In the context of Billy and Sally's love and strained relationship, Genoa City seems to be witnessing major romantic changes. Phyllis, Summer's mother, suddenly has passionate dreams about Billy, a dream that makes her unable to help but think about her relationship with him again. Could it be a sign that Phyllis still has feelings for Billy, and is trying to recapture the old moments? Romantic relationships are always irresistible, but when they appear at the wrong time, they can cause confusion and betrayal. Not only that, Adam's dream on Valentine's Day is also an interesting element. In that dream, both Sally and Chelsea appear, making the relationship between the three more complicated and tumultuous. Adam and Sally together may create a more attractive couple, but will Sally really find love and peace when faced with these two difficult choices? Sally, temptation and important decisions. Sally, with her strength and self-control, has been quite docile in her relationship with Billy for a long time. However, life in Genoa City is full of temptations and shady situations, and no one can avoid facing important decisions. Can Sally keep herself in this life full of temptations, or will she go down a path full of trouble, hurting not only Billy but also those around her? Sally's facing temptation is a big deal. She may have to make big decisions about her feelings and loyalties. Between Billy and Adam, who is she really looking for? Or will she decide to choose someone else entirely? These choices will not only affect her but also the other characters in the story, especially Phyllis, who is always watching and has her own intentions. Daniel, is it a more realistic choice? While Billy may not be the ideal choice for Sally, someone else could be a big and exciting change for her. Daniel, a character quite familiar to fans, could be a more realistic choice for Sally. The two could bring each other the understanding and support that they could not find in other relationships. Daniel is not only a charming man but also has a sincerity that could help Sally find herself again. Daniel and Sally becoming a couple not only makes fans curious, but also brings a new feeling to the love story in Genoa City. If this couple really develops feelings, then there will definitely be dramatic romantic moments. And this will definitely cause a big shock to Phyllis, who may never accept Billy loving another woman besides her. Phyllis explodes. A dramatic ending. Imagining Phyllis getting angry and exploding because of this change will definitely make the relationship between the characters more complicated. Phyllis is not one to forgive easily, especially when she sees Billy looking for love elsewhere. This scene will likely be one of the most memorable on The Young and the Restless, as love, betrayal, and tough decisions create a picture of conflict and tension. No matter how Billy and Sally's relationship ends, emotional conflicts, temptations, and important choices will continue to be a major part of the story. Love and loyalty will be tested, and each character will face decisions that could change their lives. In short, the love stories on The Young and the Restless are always full of surprises, with unpredictable situations and complicated relationships. Romantic twists, strange dreams, and life-or-death decisions will continue to make Genoa City a place full of struggles, emotions, and inevitable changes. In the dramatic world and complex relationships of The Young and the Restless, the main characters are constantly faced with challenges, both in work and in love. Among them, Sally Spector's story is one of the most compelling and strongly developed character lines over the years. From an ambitious girl in the fashion industry, Sally has gradually grown up and experienced many tragedies and challenges in love. The current developments are making her story more interesting than ever, as she begins to face a new relationship, at the same time, discovering a completely new role in the family. Sally and the New Love, Temptation. In recent episodes, fans witnessed a major change in Sally's love life, as she began to face a tempting situation. After her relationship with Billy could not continue, Sally began to open her heart to a new man. This person is none other than Daniel Romalotti, Phyllis and Danny's son. Daniel's appearance has sparked a wave of curiosity in the fan community, as he is a character with an interesting personality, and at the same time brings a new feeling to Sally's relationship. Sally, who has always maintained a strong and independent image, begins to realize that she can find comfort and understanding in Daniel. This is not just a simple emotional relationship, but also a connection between two souls in harmony. While Sally has experienced painful and disappointing relationships, Daniel can be the fresh start she needs. The two can bring each other peace in difficult times and create a fascinating couple. However, their love story is not simple. Conflicts, uncertainties, and difficulties from outside will constantly test this relationship. Will Sally have enough strength to continue walking with Daniel, or will she be caught up in other problems in life? The answer will only be revealed as this love story develops further. Sally and her new role as a stepmother. A very interesting aspect of Sally's story is her relationship with Connor Newman, the son of her ex-boyfriend, Adam Newman. Sally has always shown care and love for Connor, a lovely but very young boy. Becoming a stepmother in the Newman family is not an easy thing for her, but it is this challenge that can help Sally grow more mature than ever. Although Sally has never had a family of her own with Adam, she still takes care of Connor as if he were her own son. This relationship not only shows Sally's love and care, but also shows that she is capable of dealing with the role of a stepmother, something that many women struggle with in life. Becoming a stepmother is not easy, and Sally will have to learn to get along with Connor, while also filling the void left by Heather, his biological mother. This is sure to bring some emotional and challenging moments, as Sally struggles to build a relationship with Connor. She will face many difficult questions. Can she really replace Heather in Connor's eyes? And can Sally maintain a harmonious family when faced with the secrets of Adam's past? Experiencing tragedy and growing up. Another important element in Sally's story is her traumatic past. Before meeting Adam and starting a relationship with Billy, Sally experienced a great loss in her life. She was pregnant, but unfortunately the baby died. This was a painful experience for Sally, and it deeply affected her view of family and love. Over time, Sally learned to accept her past and move on. That loss helped her grow up, learn to love and care for others, especially Connor. She realized that even though she never had the chance to be a biological mother, taking care of a child and becoming a stepmother could bring her comfort and new hope. With the emotional challenges weighing on Sally, the big question is whether she can maintain her relationship with Daniel when faced with other life choices. Although Daniel is an exciting change in Sally's life, there is no denying that she will still have to face many temptations and doubts from those around her. Especially from Phyllis, Daniel's mother, who does not always agree with her son's decisions. The relationship between Sally and Daniel may face many challenges, but it is also an opportunity for both of them to build a better future. Can their love overcome all obstacles? And can Sally really be a great stepmother to Connor, creating a harmonious family amidst complicated relationships? Conclusion: Sally's journey. Sally is on a journey to find happiness and maturity, not only through love but also through her role as a stepmother. Her relationships will continue to be a big challenge, but also an opportunity for her to discover her inner strength. Sally's story is not only about love, but also about overcoming loss, facing temptations, and learning to love in complicated circumstances. Sally's relationship with Daniel, as well as her role with Connor, will continue to be a highlight of The Young and the Restless. Can Sally truly find peace in family and love, or will she continue to face harsh challenges in life? There will certainly be many interesting surprises ahead. The Young and the Restless continues to revolve around tense situations and dangerous decisions, especially when Sally begins to go down a darker path in her actions. From a strong girl, but still maintaining an emotional and rational perspective, Sally has now become a character that can create great shocks, making viewers shudder. The relationship between her and Phyllis is not just a simple conflict, but also has a terrible potential that can change the story. Sally planned to attack and disappear Phyllis. In the context of the inevitable conflict, Sally begins to have scary thoughts and actions. After Phyllis is discovered to be secretly having a relationship with Billy, and especially when she continues to cause trouble for Sally. On the one hand, Sally feels betrayed and offended, on the other hand, she is caught up in a strong feeling of hatred towards Phyllis. Sally's reason, although in many situations strong and steadfast, is now clouded by anger. She plans to attack Phyllis, not only emotionally but also possibly with more extreme actions. The big question is whether Sally will go to the extreme, where she might actually plan to get rid of Phyllis in a brutal way, like dismembering her body. Sally, being cold-blooded, might not hesitate to carry out a criminal plan if she feels that it is the only way to maintain control over her life. This situation not only puts Sally in a bad state but also comes as a huge shock to the viewers. If Sally goes through with this plan, she will become a cold-blooded person, no longer seeing the world through an emotional lens, but instead through cruelty and ruthlessness. Summer and Daniel's concerns. While Sally continues to sink deeper into her bad decisions, Summer Newman, Phyllis's daughter, begins to notice her mother's unusual disappearance. At first, Summer is just a little worried because Phyllis doesn't show up for the family breakfast she's been waiting for. However, when she could not contact Phyllis and all attempts to find her failed, Summer's anxiety became a real problem. Her insecurity increased when she did not receive any information from Phyllis, who she always thought always had a clear plan and would never let herself go missing in such a situation. Meanwhile, Daniel, Summer's boyfriend and the person who had become very attached to Phyllis, also began to worry. Phyllis's disappearance made him unable to stop thinking about her situation. Not only because of their personal relationship but also because Phyllis was an important person in his work. Daniel decided to call Billy, who he trusted to have updates on Phyllis, to check if there was anything unusual happening that they had not noticed. Billy, who is always practical, does not find this strange. He reminds Daniel that Phyllis is very spontaneous and sometimes, she will not announce sudden trips or plans. Billy suggests that Phyllis may be going to Chicago at the last minute or even dating someone without telling everyone. This puzzles Daniel, because Phyllis is not someone to worry about unreasonably. He cannot believe that Summer's mother would let everyone worry about her disappearance. Summer's worry and regret. When Summer hears about Daniel's thoughts, she cannot help but feel a surge of anxiety. Billy's doubts and explanations for Phyllis's spontaneity do not ease her anxiety. Summer realizes that she did not pay enough attention to Daniel's warnings and concerns about Phyllis the night before, when she could have influenced the situation. Now, unable to contact her mother, Summer feels regret for not acting sooner. This uncertainty leaves Summer feeling lost not only in her family but also in her relationship with Daniel. She feels that too much time has passed without paying attention to the signs Daniel has pointed out. This puts Summer in a difficult position, as she must face the reality that her mother may be in danger, and there is nothing she can do to save the situation. Unsolved mysteries. While everyone begins to feel uneasy and worried about Phyllis's disappearance, Sally, the last person to know the truth, remains silent. Her next actions will determine not only Phyllis's life but also everyone around her. Will Sally actually carry out the crimes she is planning? Or will she find a way to resolve the conflict without serious consequences? The story will continue to keep viewers guessing about what will happen next. Phyllis may return and explain everything, but will that ease the tension and anxiety of the characters? Or will dark secrets and schemes continue to push them into increasingly dangerous situations? The story of the young and the restless is now not just an emotional struggle between the characters, but also a battle of life and death, loyalty and betrayal. Sally, Summer, Daniel and Billy are all caught in an uncontrollable spiral, and each of them will face important decisions that could change their lives. Everything now depends on what Sally decides to do next, and will Phyllis's disappearance lead to tragedy or simply a misunderstanding? Surely, this story will continue to develop in unexpected directions, with secrets, intrigues, and truths that viewers cannot predict.